This is hands down the #1 method for beginners to use to find profitable products to resell on Amazon. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the exact method that you can use to find hundreds of profitable products with and make thousands of dollars in profit with reselling on Amazon. With that being said, let's jump into the video so you can see exactly how this method will make you thousands of dollars by next month with Amazon FBA. As always, if you got value, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching, and let's get into it.
The method that I was talking about is called Storefront Stalking with SellerAmp. Now, one of the biggest things I hear from beginners is how do I start and how do I find my first product? So I'm going to give you the sauce here and show you exactly how you're going to do it. So the first thing you need to do is start with an online arbitrage product that is a great seller. Now, if you don't have one, I'm going to give you one right here. This spoiled child lead is a perfect example of a great online arbitrage product. Now, what we're going to do is start with this product. There are tons of sellers on this product that you can storefront stock from. Now, what you're doing is you are literally just pulling up the products that these other sellers on this listing are selling, and you're going to find those products that the sellers are selling and see what websites have that product for a lower price that you can go ahead and buy it, list it on Amazon, make a profit all day long. So now we're going to start with this listing. And as I mentioned, it's very stable. The price history is great. There's a lot of online arbitrage sellers on this listing. So it's one of the perfect examples of where to start. It's also a profitable product. If you can sell it, you can get it for like $35 or so and sell it for $68. So this is a great example of a profitable product as well. So I'm going to load up my SellerAmp extension. And what I'm going to do is look for these sellers that are selling this product. Now, how you do this within SellerAmp is you scroll down right here where the offer section is. The offer section is the other sellers that are on the listing. Now, what you're going to do is click on the seller. So the ideal seller that we're looking for is somebody who's relatively new, not super experienced, especially if you're a beginner, because then you're going to have better luck with ungating. Because if they're just starting out, chances are they are gated or ungated in roughly the same things as you. So what we're going to do is pick sellers who have about less than 25, 30 reviews. Preferably like 5 to 10 would be great. I see one here with 24. So if I click on this button right here, it's going to load up their storefront. And that's what we do to storefront stock their products. So let's see. We got one here that is 17. This one's 9. We have some FBM sellers, which means they're just shipping it themselves. I'm going to look for some FBA since I'm ideally looking for FBA sellers. So this one's 54. This one is 12. That could be a good one. This one's 22. This one's 1. So relatively new seller here. You can see what they got. And there was also one more. So ideally, you want to pick around like, I would say anywhere from like 2 to 3, upwards of 5 sellers. And that is the best way to do this because then you're going to be able to do this without biting too much at once. So I have this first seller right here, Great Lakes Distributions. They have 22 reviews. They have 57 products. And within SellerAmp, you're actually able to see, their seller ID. So if you want to go ahead and plug this seller ID into the Keep It Product Finder, you can do it right here. You can also see their seller name, and it will load up their actual storefront on Amazon. If you click this button, you can see their ratings, how many products that they carry. So this is a little bit of a larger seller. They have 58 active products on their storefront right now. Can also see their brand, so the top brands that they carry. Noticing is that this seller is pretty spread apart. They have a number of brands that they carry and not more than 4 products per brand. But you can also see the top categories that they're selling. And so it looks like this seller is pretty heavy in health and household. So this will give you a better idea what niche this seller is in. So what we're going to do next is ideally potentially choose a category to make this a little bit easier to chew. We can start with health and household. I sell a lot of health and household products, so this makes sense to me. I can see they have some Foster Grant reading glasses. They have the product that we're on right now, Foodzyme. So these are a lot of online arbitrage products I have seen before. Now, what we're going to do is go ahead and click on this product. It's going to pull it up in SellerAmp. And what we can do from here is click the Google button on SellerAmp, and that will take us to Google. So it'll show us where we can find these actual glasses. So I notice here, these are Grant Conan. So what we're going to do is look for those Conan ones and see how much they're selling for on Walmart. I know Walmart does a lot of buy one, get one free with these kinds of glasses. So that would be like the ideal situation. Right now I see they have 3 for 35. That's actually an insane deal. But ideally we wouldn't want, I don't think that's the color, but let's double check. That might actually, oh no, it is actually the color. It's like a tortoise color. Okay. So what we're going to do here is check what number, because this is important. You see how there's like a plus number. We're going to want to check that and see if we have the right pair of glasses. So what we can do to do that is click the Amazon button on SellerAmp, and then that will take us to the actual listing. Looks like there's a number of listings. So this one specifically is the 2.5, but you can most likely sell in all of these different ones, like a 2, a 1.5. Like a lot of these will probably be profitable. And I'll show you guys how to look at that in a second to see which variations might make sense. So let's look at the 2.5 and check if that one is in stock. Looks like it is. So then what we're going to do is add 12 to the cart. You want to make sure that you have multiples of 3. So that's 4 multiples of 3, which, you know, gets us that discount of $34.99. So 3 for $34.99. So we have 12 for $128, which is an insane deal. Last time I saw these, I think they were buy one, get one free. So now it's like basically you get 3 for the price of 1. So what we're going to do is also apply some codes. So Walgreens usually has a 20% code. So it looks like they have something for July 4th right now. So stars 20. And it's also going to be a great time to source products since July 4th is 5 days away. So you're going to be able to find a lot of deals because a lot of websites drop their prices tremendously on July 4th. So we're going to add this one to the cart, 102 divided by 12. And then this is a great deal, guys. This is an amazing product that you can buy right away. You're lucky if you're watching this video right now. So it looks like it is a source cost of, I think, $10.25 about, since we're, oh no, it's 12. It's actually cheaper, 102. Let me divide this by 12. It was something like that, divided by 12. Wow. $9 profit, 35% profit margin, 107% ROI. It's not every day that you find leads like that amazing. Also, I can notice that Amazon is on the listing. This is a rare case where it actually doesn't really matter because Amazon is pricing it above the competition. So as long as you're priced below Amazon in that $28, $27 range, you shouldn't have any problem selling this profitably. So actually, this price is too low. It looks like FBA is selling for about $28 or so, what it looks like. So you can actually get $10 or $11 profit on this one. This one is great. So now what we're going to do is we're going to check the other variations. Like I mentioned before, you can see, hey, it looks like there is a huge sale on these Foster Grant stuff right now. So what we're going to do is see if any of these glasses are also profitable as well. I noticed this is the same one that we just clicked on. So we're going to go back to the variations, pull it up again, and see what that top one was. Any of the ones that say bought in the last month above like 50, chances are those are pretty solid ones. You know, the ones that don't say 50 might be more of a gamble, like the ones with the dash right here. They probably sell anywhere from like 20 to 30 times a month, those ones. I remember this top one here. So let's see if it will tell us okay, so it does give us the attribution right here, or like what the plus sign is. So it looks like it's a 0.275. So this one is a 0.275. What we can do is go back in, and now we know that our cost is roughly around $8. So let's see, what can we sell this one for? It looks like you can sell it for $23.08. This one is where Amazon is driving the price down a little bit. Doesn't make it a bad lead though. As long as you can win the buy box here against Amazon, which it looks like based on that Keep It chart that you can. You can see other sellers are winning the buy box. It's not just Amazon if you hover over right here. So what we're going to do is go back to Foster Grant, and we are going to see if that 2.75 is in stock as well. Looks like it is in stock. So 12 units, we can add that to the cart as well. And we'll get that buy cost of roughly, like, I would think it was $8 or something like that. I know it's 102. Just do 102.67 divided by 12 just to make sure. Yeah, so it's roughly $8.56. You're getting $6 profit on this one. Still 80% ROI almost. This one's also very great. So I would definitely, you know, for the sake of time, go ahead and look into these other variations if you're watching this YouTube video, because you can make a lot of money on just that one listing. Now, I know that we actually are on this listing, so I'm going to skip over that one. But I'm going to see if we can get this product profitable now. So what we're going to do is we are going to go to Amazon, take a look at that Keep It chart, because I noticed on the little thing right here on that like little drop down. It looks like it did drop in price a lot. So I'm just going to want to look at that real quick and just kind of see what's going on. If I zoom out on that Keepa, yeah, it looks like the price did fall a lot. Excuse me, nothing like super, super crazy, but it went from 80 to 68. So let's see, maybe it is still profitable. It's very possible. Looks like my VAs might have honestly found this lead before. So what we're going to do is see, it looks like mostly the only place you can get it from is the brand's website. So I'm going to pull up this product on the brand's website, and I'm going to look to see what we can get this for. So it looks like they have a subscription. Subscriptions are great because you can automatically just get like a huge discount already on it. So we're going to do the subscription one and see if we can add this to the cart. It looks like it only let us add one to the cart. We can always mess around with it and see if we can add more. But what I'm going to do is see if there's any coupon codes that come up. I did notice on the website at the top bar, it said like you can, or a pop-up said you can get 20% off. So looks like we can definitely get 20% off on this. Now the question is, would that get us to a profitable price? I think it will get us closer, but we probably would need, something more significant than 20%. 65 minus 13. Yeah, we would be at like $1.70 profit, which is definitely not enough. Definitely at $80 is probably would have been a good play, even if it was 52. Chances are there probably is like a lower discount too. One of the big hacks that I'll give you guys is you can actually search the website and see if they have any other coupons on Google. So what I'm going to do is search up this company and coupon codes and see if any other ones come up that are higher than 20%, which might get us closer to where we want to be in terms of profitability. So right here, you can see there's a couple websites that pop up. One gave us a 50% code. Now we can try that. Looks like it's a 25% one, which would definitely get us a little bit closer to our goal. So we can go ahead and see, hey, would that work for us? Apply this code at checkout and see if it works. Looks like we did get it lower. So we got a little bit closer to our goal. Got down to 47, which might give us a couple dollars profit. Yeah, at $80, this would have been a great buy. But with that price tank, not as good. So I'm going to go ahead and pass on this product for right now. But we did get kind of close. Now what we would want to do is keep scrolling through. Now I also noticed that this chart dropped a lot as well. If you see a lot of sharp drops, that could mean that it's not profitable anymore. So for the sake of time, I'm going to actually skip over this one. So what I'm going to do with this one is go to Google and see, hey, where can we find this product from? So it looks like it's popping up on the brand's website for anywhere from 31, but it looks like they offer a bundle. So if you buy more bottles, you get it at a lower price. So you can see it goes down to $21.99. This gets us closer to our goal. So if we're at $21 or $29.99, we get 3 bottles for the price of 2 bottles. Now what we're going to do is see if we can tack on a discount code. So it looks like a couple codes popped up here. Normally Capital One Shopping will just like auto apply the code, but let's see, maybe we can get 30% off, which would get us closer to our goal. So right here, I see a code that's SYNC30. We can try a couple different codes, see if any of them apply. I'm just going to look through the Capital One Shopping. Looks like there's this one right here. Let's try that one. So I'm going to go back to the checkout, apply this code. And, it might take some testing. This is important that you got to try a couple different codes and see which one's going to end up working for you. So it looks like it's auto applying now. Okay, that actually got us some discounts. Looks like 22, which is about 25% off, which would get us down to roughly, if you don't count taxes, about $68 for 3. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is actually plug this in and see if it's actually profitable. So if we're getting this for $22.50, which is the price of 68 divided by 3, then we are actually making $6 profit, 16% profit margin, 28% ROI. So another product that we actually found multiple products within those 15 minutes of this video. So that's pretty much the whole strategy, guys. Like, you just need to bounce from store to store. This one that I was on right now is a very solid storefront to look at. And this one here is another one to take a look at, see if you can find any profitable products from their store. One right here that I can see, if you like apparel, this could be a good one. but since I'm not a huge apparel fan, I probably won't be sourcing it just due to the returns. I found another one right back here. Let's see what they have. This is another apparel heavy store, but it's always worth looking at. If you don't want to source the apparel, you can see, hey, what other products do they have? So they have a lot of Sephora products, which means they probably are doing some form of online arbitrage. But a store this large with 300 ASINs most likely probably has some wholesale in the mix. So this might be a little bit difficult for beginners to start with. I would just recommend staying away from that. You want to focus on the smaller stores. Those will be easier to grasp, especially in the beginning, the ones that have, 50 or less products, ideally like 15 to 20, 30 maybe. But yeah, I hope this helped, guys. I hope you got a ton of value and learned how to storefront stock with my favorite tool, SellerAmp. And if you guys want to go ahead and try SellerAmp, click the link down below in the